Things unfold and determine the best way to develop it further. And yes, we have an idea of who might be the director, but since we haven't the agreement yet, I can't disclose the name, but this is... if everything goes well, and it seems to be, since this director enjoys collaborating with me and likes the script and the idea, we'll see, as nothing has been confirmed yet, so I can't reveal their name. However, I am optimistic because this is a director who works quickly, with high quality, and who knows to achieve what we all want to achieve.
A famous director that everyone knows?
Yes, they are a renowned director.
But you found yourself in an unusual role in this project. Since you weren't a director, you were an actor in your own project. Was this your first acting experience?
Well, in big Hollywood movies? In big movies in general, essentially, yes. My film debut was in 1996, but I was just an extra back then. In a film titled Scientific Section of Pilots. In 96.
How did it feel to perform while likely viewing yourself from a director's perspective? After all, you're used to being on the other side of a camera.
No, a director still needs to train as an actor as well. In fact, the most interesting and memorable teacher in our course was actually the acting teacher. His name is German Sedakov. He came from Pyotr Fomenko's workshop. Essentially, he taught us a lot, and I've also acted in student films and participated in various plays, so I do understand the basics of acting. Of course, I still need to improve my skills, including how you're currently helping me, because we're working together. Varvara is my public speaking coach. And this has been incredibly beneficial for me.
We still have a lot of work ahead.
Yes,
we need to reach really great heights.
Barbara is a true professional in this field. I want to build a team of only such professionals, which is exactly what we're doing. In every area, we have the best people.
Let's talk about the modern film industry as a whole. Everything is changing. New technologies are emerging. Artificial intelligence, augmented reality. How do you view these trends? What do you think is beneficial for the film industry? What would you like to use, and are you already using anything? Tell us a bit about that.
Of course, we're already using some of it. There are also other things we want to use, but we have to deal with the rigidity of many people in film production.
There's rigidity there too.
Of course, there's a lot of it, and it has to be overcome because people already have their skills and experience. They're used to doing things a certain way. However, people will need to adapt to the times, especially now that we have so many opportunities with AI. It won't replace everything, of course, but it's an excellent tool that expands our opportunities.
How can artificial intelligence be used in the context of film production?
I'm specifically talking about neural networks. AI, as represented by neural networks, already provides some amazing visual effects.
So we're talking about visuals.
Yes, about visuals and...
What about the screenwriting?
It can help with screenwriting too. It can't be completely replaced, though. Speaking a bit off topic, I believe in developing neural networks, but I find the term artificial intelligence misleading. Neural networks is a more accurate description. Because artificial intelligence lacks the creative element. It's great at gathering data, learning, and utilizing what already exists. It may appear quite creative sometimes, but it's always based on reproducing something. Still, a creative person is always needed who will bring something to what is necessary. But yes, it can speed up processes. Even in screenwriting, it can help set something up, which can then be improved and refined. The key is not to rely entirely on the neural network. Avoid becoming lazy and attempting to replace your work with artificial intelligence, which just can't fully replace it yet.
What do you think, since we're already off topic, will there come a time when artificial intelligence can truly act as a creator?
I don't see any signs of that happening. Development is moving quickly, and it's incredible, but it's not progressing as a creator. As I said, it's a technology that processes data at amazing speeds, analyzing and learning from it, but it's never the original source. We humans will likely continue to rely increasingly on machines for calculations and problem solving. At the same time, we'll begin to better distinguish the creative human element, as there's definitely something mysterious about human nature. Compared to neural networks, we may appear very limited, but at the same time, we're absolutely limitless due to the immense potential we haven't even begun to unlock. But now,
We have a chance.
Yes, definitely.
Tell me, please, as we return to the topic of the film industry in the context of new technologies, you know what I've been thinking about? How modern people have such limited attention span. Because our attention is scattered. We constantly juggle many things at once. People even watch 2 movies simultaneously, one on the main screen and another right below. We're surrounded by this tech everywhere. How does that impact things? There's this concept, what's it called? When frames change really fast, clip thinking. It's significantly affecting the film industry. Essentially, I wonder if anyone can even watch Tarkovsky now. Is it still possible to engage with slow movies, as we used to, where you immerse yourself in it and allow it to draw you in? Or is that already a thing of the past?
Well, I think a lot of things. No, I'm quite certain, and it's quite obvious, that many things in life and society develop in cycles. We go through certain stages, and often we hit a crisis, but we learn from it. Humanity realizes, oh, look, we messed up here. Well, guys, will we make the same mistake again or what? In this case, the issue is clear. In the past, a lot of information was simply unavailable. Now, suddenly, what we couldn't even dream of just 1 or 2 generations ago is accessible everywhere. This creates incredible opportunities, but also leads to overload, detracting from our lives and from our awareness. Why watch 2 movies at once? It's pointless. Pick one. Watch one properly, fully immersing yourself in it. Otherwise, you won't really watch either of them. You won't see, you won't feel anything. Moreover, it's better to not eat or distract yourself with anything else during a film. If your question is whether we acknowledge that people with limited attention spans will watch this, then yes, we understand and consider it. So we ensure it looks exciting, even for those who aren't ready to fully immerse themselves. But for those who immerse, there will be more layers of what fills you. Personally, in cinema, I truly value what stays with me. After watching, what lingers within me and bears fruit, like Tarkovsky's films. I'm sure this is one of the trends we'll continue to support, and there is a genuine demand for it. This idea is being discussed a lot right now, so clearly a demand for it is emerging. Yes, it might get suppressed by something else, but we will not suppress it. On the contrary, we will keep developing it. People will come to value the significance of making choices, as you need to choose where to focus your attention.
That's the hardest part.
Besides, these technologies really help us in handling daily tasks efficiently. if we use neural networks appropriately, which is something we all need to learn, to use them properly. So we can save more time for a Tarkovsky film or a Lado Okhotnikov film.
Do you know that meme about how our ancestors would be shocked to learn we have access to all the world's knowledge, yet we'd be looking at cats? They would probably be horrified. We just briefly mentioned that you seem to be a fan of Tarkovsky. I just brought him up randomly. Can you mention some other directors, perhaps modern ones, perhaps from Hollywood, who are worth following? And could you also recommend any recent films that impressed you in recent years? Recommend something to our viewers so that they can start their conscious exploration of cinema.
For a while, I immersed myself deeply in cinema, and yes, it has a significant impact. From classic cinema, aside from Tarkovsky, there are Ingmar Bergman, Sergio Leone, Carl Theodor Dreyer, Luchino Visconti, and Bernardo Bertolucci.
Well, you've listed all the masters.
All the ones I love.
Of Ingmar Bergman's films, which ones do you like the most?
Of Bergman, my favorites are Wild Strawberries and Christ and Whispers. No, actually, he has so many. Honestly, no one has done as much as Bergman did. I mean, in terms of the sheer number of masterpieces, no one will ever surpass him, probably.
Fanny and Alexander is undoubtedly incredible. It's a bit different from Wild Strawberries and Cries and Whispers, though. It's one of my favorite films.
I really love Japanese cinema. Kenji Mizoguchi, Akira Kurosawa. From contemporary film directors, my favorites are David Fincher, Lars von Trier, James Cameron, and Christopher Nolan. Among Russian directors, my favorite is Serebrennikov.
Somehow, I knew that. Currently, you are negotiating with a director about filming the first season.
With a very interesting director.
A very interesting director. We're very curious to find out who it is, but overall, what's the general vision you have at Lado Film? Are you planning to focus mainly on the Holygods, Statigods theme and develop that multiverse? Or do you have different plots?
We have so many ideas, really a lot. Recently, we presented our documentary project related to charity at a NASA and SpaceX event. Since the event focuses on benefits for humanity, one of its central themes, our film aligns perfectly, as it's about improving lives in various countries around the world. With Starlink as a partner, we aim to create opportunities to connect to the internet, and through that, offer school education options in areas where it's currently unavailable. These primarily include countries in Africa, with some in Asia, possibly in Latin America too. The film follows a main character who travels the world and appears in various countries. This should be a highly creative musical film, featuring dancers and musicians in various parts of the world, among the people. We're creating visuals in which everything around blooms, becomes brighter and more beautiful, and is filled with life. These are the imagery of our documentary. Along with this, we plan to launch these programs in various countries to enhance educational opportunities in schools beyond their current state. We firmly believe that by improving lives in other countries, we are contributing to a better world for everyone, including ourselves.
Well, that's a wonderful initiative. I hope everything goes well. I'd like to return to your role, the one you played in the first episode of your series, and the character you portrayed. This character is quite a special one. Can you tell us something about him?
I've already mentioned that. It all started with us having a comic, which introduced a character named Master Dao. When we first wrote the script, my character was just written as Lado. I actually objected, stating that let's not write it as just Lado. Even though they took many things directly from my biography, adding some fantasy, they still preserved the spirit of it all. We thought about the name for a long time. In the end, this is what we came up with. I suggested the name Mr. Dao. Well, we considered many options. Mr. Dao. Then they suggested to go further with Master Dao instead. Somehow many voted for Master, so I didn't argue any further.
Who is Master Dao?
The legend says that people who pursue self-development, those with higher awareness, have the potential to unlock their power. That is, different characters have different superpowers. However, the ability to unlock these powers is incredibly rare. It's an extremely rare phenomenon. Only a few, almost no one, ever succeeds. Only once in a very long time, perhaps once in a millennium, or even less often, does someone appear, whom we call Tao Nawal, who can help others unlock their true power through interaction. Master Dao is precisely such a person. This is
a human.
Superpower.
This is precisely a human.
Master Dao, yes, that's the name of the main character, who essentially... There's also an interesting detail. While there's an obvious leader among the holy gods, there is also someone who stands behind them, and that's Master Dao.
Such an intriguing character. You've chosen the most interesting and central role, in a way.
Yes, it turned out to be the central
Tell
role.
me, please, if we look at your company, Lado Film, 10 years from now, how do you envision it? What do you see your role being? Would you like to keep working in films as an actor? Or do you want to take charge and direct your own movies?
Well, taking charge and
Those are
directing.
different things, right?
Directing still involves taking charge of the
Yes,
film.
exactly. And that's what I meant.
In any case, I have to direct something.
The soul demands it.
The soul definitely demands it. There are ideas, concepts, things I can't just hand over to anyone else. Because the screenplay is often... Like, there's this screenplay I've written, but it's so tied to my vision that I can't imagine just handing it off to someone else. I would have to be on set myself to film it. Actually, during the filming of the pilot episode, I got very involved in the process.
Any objections raised?
There were objections, but we had disputes, debates. However, in the end, we found common ground. It wasn't easy, but there were no major conflicts. Overall, it went well.
Lado, thank you for this conversation. It was so interesting to hear about this new direction you're taking. New for me, at least. I didn't expect it. To learn that you're a director by your first education. I wish you and your company every success. Of course, we're all eager to find out who will direct your first season. So, we'll see each other in the movie theater.
That's an excellent place to meet.
लाडो फिल्म्स आपने एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत इंटरव्यू सुना जिसका सेकंड पार्ट इस वीडियो में आप देख रहे हैं। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि आप हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें फॉर द लेटेस्ट अपडेट्स ऑफ holiverse.ai एंड metavale.com। तो थैंक यू फ्रॉम शौकत अली डोगर।